Hello. This webinar will cover the third-party liability tab in the Coverages module. The Coverages module has been migrated from CMS.NET Legacy to CMS.NET Web. This is the main screen that you'll arrive at once you log in. You'll click on Coverage, search for and select the client you wish to view coverage for. Now, once you select the third-party liability tab, it will display any coverages that exist for that client. There will be times where you may see a collapsed coverage record, as you see here. And what that means is that there's historical information for that same coverage type. Now, what would cause a collapsed historical record would be an existing accident type, carrier, and work comp number with a break in the service period. Now, as you can see, you can select either the current or the historical period to view the details. Users may only edit records in their own county or program, the same as in registration module. You also notice this client information header is standard across all modules. Now, for the next example, we're going to create a new liability record, a workers' comp record. So you'll click on the Add Liability button, and you'll notice that required fields are shown with a red asterisk. Now, the fields that you'll see here will change depending on the accident type selected. In this case, we're going to select workers' compensation claim. You can set your accident date. In this case, we'll set it to yesterday's date, and your work comp number. Now you can type in the work comp carrier name or any part of the name and click Find to select it. In this case, we're just going to type one letter and click Find. And we'll select our carrier here. If there's a close date, you can enter that as well, and any comments up to 15,000 characters that you wish to add for this case. Any comments added will create a new case note. At this point, then we'll click Save, and when the screen refreshes, you can see now that there's a new workers' comp record as of yesterday's date. You can also go into the case notes and search the case notes to view that workers' compensation claim has been added. Okay, at this time now, what we're going to do is we're going to add a non-workers' compensation claim. So again, you return to the third-party liability tab, select Add Liability, and now you'll select any of the items on this list other than workers' compensation claim. One thing to be aware of is that two of the selections, county settlements and private settlements, if you enter a record with those two accident types, that information is not transmitted to MEDS. That will only stay with CMS. So for this example, we're going to select car accident. And again, the red asterisks indicate required fields. And you can add in attorney information along with the address. To populate city and state, you'll enter in the zip code and click Find. You can also add phone numbers and extensions and email addresses. If you have subpoena requested by information, you can add that as well. If you have a date it was received, that can be added. The consent to release verified, these and the claim detail report, these radio buttons will create a transaction log entry, which are viewable by any county admin plus or above. Now, service begin date, let's just put that as today. Any comments added in here will create a case note for that coverage. Now let's go ahead and click Save. And you'll see now that that car accident claim has been added. Now let's take a look at the result case notes and transaction logs. And there's the case note for that injury. And if we go to miscellaneous, track transactions, again, if you're county admin plus or higher, we'll just restrict that to today's date. And if you scroll to the bottom then, you can see that consent to release and claim detail have gone from no to yes. Now, that covers the adding of the two basic types. Now, you can also modify any existing claim. You can select this workers' compensation claim. You can also change the date. Now you can also edit and update the car accident claim. Any field that you want to select is editable, or any editable field will save those updates in the case note. Now we can go back to case notes and view the case note updates. You can see it now says updated, as well as the workers' compensation claim. So now we've covered adding and editing existing claims. And one thing that I did want to cover is that if you get an error message, a reason why you might not be able to create or save a coverage is that if it's a duplicate of an existing coverage for that same patient, no new coverage should be created. And that would be a duplicate coverage would be a match in date, type, and policy number. Now we're going to remove existing liabilities. And the system gives you the ability to remove anything, any coverage entered by CMS user. There's two ways that you can remove a coverage. The first is you select the coverage that you want to remove, and you can click this remove icon. And that'll remove the coverage after giving you a warning that it'll be removed. The other method is to put a stop date 1 day after the start date. In this case, we had an accident date of 2/3. We'll put the close date of 2/4 on, and when we click Save, you'll get the pardon me, it helps if you use the actual correct year. So the start date is 2/3/13 and the close date is 2/4/13. And now if you click Save, you will get this message that says the action to delete the coverage because start date and stop date difference is less than 2 days. Are you sure you want to delete this coverage? You can click Cancel to go out. If you click Yes, you'll see that that coverage record is no longer there. This will also generate a case note. If we go to Case Notes for the client, and we view the case notes for today, and you select the appropriate case note. In this case, we had deleted the animal attack, and you'll see that that case note now says deleted coverage. In addition, here's the other deleted coverage that we removed, and you can see that it's also flagged as deleted coverage. This concludes the webinar for the third-party liability in the Coverages module for CMSNet Web. For more information, a manual is available on the CMSNet website for this module. Thank you.